So I'll run it again. Just to, I mentioned a couple of other items. As far as reports. So I'm just going to go default report. I'm going to select member type beam. So remember, it's going to put all my beams into solid. And maybe I should. So it's giving me a default report. So again, for every member, in this case, every beam or every filtered member that I selected, it's giving me a quick report. So in this case, it's using a status member check. Now, if I just to show you what it gives you, where it's reading that information, rather, I should have taken it. No, beam. Oh, I must. Yeah, well, I'm sure it was taking. It is taking it from status, whether it's checked or not. Other items, other reports rather. Now, don't worry, that well thing I'm going to take a look at. Revision information, again, if you don't use our revision, this thing will not work. Or a weight report, so I can get a weight report on all my, oh, let's say all my, I'm going to go stairs instead. So when I do a weight report, I have an option of 3 different layouts I can use. So I can get the total weights for each of the items and each individual sequence, or just the individual items within those individual sequences and a total weight at the end, or just the weight by sequence and a total weight at the end. So you select the one you want, and here I have a report. Now, of course, you can save this, you can print it. Okay, so of course, and then of course there's no report if you don't want any report. Next is RFI. I'm just going to mention in conjunction with the filter. So I'm going to select, what was it, RFI 003. I'm going to tell it to open it as well. So I'm going to select RFI open. Now what I'm showing you again, if you don't want to use that custom property that we built, this will not work. But I'm just going to show you what it can do. So I'm going to say open the RFI of 003. So what it did, it opened, I'll just, because usually I have 2 screens, but remember the members that are affected by that RFI, and it's also opened the PDF document for that RFI. So it's a nice handy tool if you decide to go with our property window that we're using. Just to mention a couple of things. Again, I will be showing this, how to use this at the end of the month. I haven't set a date exactly when, but it's a nice, basically I'll just explain it. It's a way that you could check in the model prior to detailing. So you do some checking in the model prior to detailing the member. So that way, you know, what you get in the detail, you know, is correct, or as close to as 100% as possible. Now, the reason for that is, like, I'll just go through this real quick. You know, I'm sure you've detailed a member. It's gotten, you know, it's been cleaned up. It's gotten to checking. The checker finds something's wrong. You have to go back to model, fix it, re-detail it, re-scrub it, and send it back to the checker. Now, this method that we use, it's modeled, and then the checker does some pre-checks to make sure certain items are done. You know, whether this, you know, the length is correct, the location, etc. So before it even gets detailed, it's checked. So that's what I'm going to be showing at the end of the month, a method to do that. I'm just going to make sure, I think I got everything down. I mentioned revision, yeah. Okay, that should be it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open to see if there are any questions. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to open up, if I can open up my attendee list. No. I'm going to oh, come on. You know what? Just give me a moment here. Let me close that window. Okay. I don't know if anybody has any questions. This is probably the time to ask questions. On the screen, do I still have it open? Hold on. Let me preview. There should be. You know, you can ask your question here or even post it in the chat. I've unmuted everyone. Or if you're more comfortable, you can email me a question or give me a call. I'm sure everyone has my phone number. Other than that, I believe that's it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stop the recording.